Y'all will never see me like this, ever. Nobody in public even usually sees me like this, unless I am on my way to a hair appointment, okay? And that's what we getting ready to go do. However, because Chicago is such a frigid bitch, I now have to stop and go get an umbrella, because what does it want to do? It wants to rain today. When the day in which I finally decide to do my natural hair. Okay, so I'm gonna be taking y'all through like the whole shebang today, for real. It's a lot going on under here. I'm gonna start by pretty much saying that me going natural was an accident. It was not a huge accident, but it wasn't like I didn't go into it being like, I'm going to grow out my relaxer. I was somebody who was very attached to my relaxer for a very long time. My mom relaxed my hair when I was 5 years old. And so ever since then, she kind of put the belief in my head that my natural hair was just too thick and too tough to maintain. Without a relaxer. So I've had a relaxer. I'm gonna be 27 this year. I've had a relaxer for a very long time. So I just was somebody, a bitch loved a feather bang, bitch loved the stiff wear. Like everything that my relaxer gave my hair, I loved. And I was somebody, like, I'm from a very traditional matriarch of women. So every 2 weeks, from the time I was a little girl, I was getting my hair done. The lady that's getting ready to do my hair today has been doing my hair since I was young. So, like, my hair was always taken care of, even though I had a relaxer. I still just went through very frustrating periods of time where it would grow and it would get to a length that I wanted, and then I would experience breakage, like either in the front, or like I always had what my beautician thought might have been a stress spot in the back of my head. And it was just frustrating because it seemed like I could just never maintain this ideal of what I wanted my hair to look like. And so we tried a bunch of different things. I went through a period of time where I was wearing rods, like, and this is pre me wearing weave. So I didn't get my first sew-in until my freshman year of college. So I was like 18. Up until then, like, I had only gotten like weave tracks glued in for very special occasions, because I was somebody that took pride in my hair, and I'm like, I don't want my shit to break out. I ain't never do braids. Like, when I was younger and in high school, I did like what are those called? Like, just regular French braids. I never did no box braids, no micros, no kinky twist, baby, because I was always too scared of my hair coming out. My mom has really pretty long hair. My grandmother's always had really thick, pretty, decent length of hair. So for me, I was always looking at them like, well, why my shit won't get this long? Especially considering, like, my mom at a certain point, when it was in style, in the 80s, she shaved the whole side off of her fucking head, and she was able to thrive. So I'm just like, what's wrong with the fact that I cannot seem to get my hair to stay at a length that I like it without burning the shit out? Like, the moment I learned how to do a feather, freshman year of high school, that was the first round of it. Like, it wasn't terrible, but baby, I was in that mirror every morning, flicking them things, okay? And then I started experimenting with hair color, little highlight. And again, this is all the same beautician who's making sure, like, she's doing what she can. And then, this was in high school. Then I went red, baby. And we didn't wait a long, I don't think we gave it enough time in between me permanent and going red, because right here, my temples, like, it was hair there, but like, it looked like it was like clean, like, shaved the fuck off, like a buzz cut. I was like, what the fuck? So that was like my first real major hair crisis, and I even came back from that. But like, I don't think my hair has ever been the same since that red dye. This is Chicago for you. He's snapping. We gonna get back to this in a minute. I never catch it. Child. So yeah, coming from like my mom and my grandmother being two women who don't wear weave, who get relaxers, that was all I pretty much knew. And then again, I got my first O-in freshman year of college, and that started a whole new set of problems. Like, it helped, but of course, most women know it hurt at the same time. Like, okay, went through a couple of them. Of course, it was leave out. So, tried my leave out. Then, closures hit the scene, and I was like, oh, yes, like, now I can wear my weaves, and, I can have a closure and grow the front of my hair back out, so I'm not dealing with this long in the back, short in the front. Because at one point, it was so frustrating, y'all. I really felt like I had a mullet. I was so insecure because, like, the top of my head was giving one thing and the back was giving another, and my beautician tried as much as she could to create a shape. It just was not working. So yeah, I went through a couple of weaves, did my closures. Then, of course, I got frustrated with the whole fact that, like, closures you don't get to keep in typically as long, because once your closure starts growing out, then you have another problem on your hands. You got to conceal it. I done seen bitches blur the shit out, like, all types of stuff. And then I was also somebody who dabbled in rods. So, like, I would do rod sets in between, like, weaves and wearing my my hair straight or, you know, curled or whatever. And so that was like my go-to. And then I got to a certain age where I just started feeling like I looked childish with rods. Like, I didn't feel like a little baddie on a prowl. I just didn't with rods in my hair. And, you know, I tried to push through that because I knew, like, okay, you're doing this for a purpose. And again, I wasn't somebody who was really trying to get braids or nothing else like that. So my options were limited. It really wasn't until my brother started growing out his hair. My brother has, like, little braids or whatever, like the little Travis Scott ASAP Rocky look or whatever. And so one day he posted a picture of his hair out of the braids, and while it was conditioned. And so I looked, I was like, wait a minute, that hair, your hair don't look bad. So that means my hair shouldn't look bad. My mom tricked me this whole time into believing that my hair looked bad. And again, that was probably like 3 years ago when I saw that picture, and I was like, so that's what my natural hair would look like? Because if his hair looked like that, I know my hair gonna look like that. You know what I mean? So that's when I started to entertain the idea a little bit more. And of course, that was the period of time in which more women had been going natural, and all my friends had gone natural. They all trying to get me on the bandwagon. You need to just go ahead and do it. One of my best friends, she did a whole big chop. I knew that life wasn't gonna be for me. I knew big chop life wasn't gonna be for me, because I'm not going to lie, like, a big part of my pride and my ego is tied to, like, my appearance. That's some Leo shit. You know what I mean? We really care about how we look, and we get self-conscious when we have things in that don't make us feel good about ourselves. Like, I'll never forget, oh bitch, and I done tried a frontal once too. That was a major fail, because I tried frontals when frontals were, like, still kind of freshly new. Like, a lot of people weren't getting them, but it was like the new thing to have. And I saw this guy on Instagram, looked like he was doing a good job with them or whatever. I knew a girl who had went to him. I didn't ask her how she liked her hair. I just knew she went to him. That was my first mistake. So I reached out to him, baby. Of course, the frontal's $130. We talking about the other 2.5, 3 bundles. That's another 3, 4. You know what I mean? And I had to pay him $200 to do it. So we got an investment going. So I go get this shit done, y'all. It didn't look bad, but I was so uncomfortable with the fact that them frontals have to sit so low, low below your hairline, your natural hairline. And he hadn't mastered the whole making of a natural hairline thing. So I was just like, you know, I got out the chair, it wasn't bad. And then the motherfucker started to lift on my drive home from him. Like, I'm like, oh no. Like, I knew y'all said if I sweated a little bit, it was gonna lift. But baby, this is not secure. Went back to him the next day for him to fix it. Told me what type of glue to go buy. I kept that hair in for 11 days. I was getting ready to go to Houston. I said, I can't go to Houston feeling like this. Like, having to taper down this shit every morning. I can't do it. Took the shit out. Used the same hair, went and got a closure and got me an old sew-in put in. Like, that, it just, I was like, I did not know the amount of, and I don't think a lot of people knew the amount of maintenance that went into the upkeep of a frontal. So if you ain't never known that, I'm here to tell you. And of course, when I asked the girl who went to him after the fact, how, girl, no, I ain't like I didn't like it. And if I had asked her, I would have known that and I would have saved myself a lot of fucking money. But anyway, things happen and you learn. So yeah, I'm just always somebody that's been very self-conscious about my hair. And I know they say like, you aren't your hair, and I really tried to, I'm really trying, like it's a continual process. I'm really trying to work towards that. My friend, she gets on me because I'm like, I don't have good hair, and she calls it, no, it's socially acceptable hair. Like, you know, the real beautiful, coily, loose wave shit, the wash and go. Like, I understand I don't have wash and go hair. At least I don't think so. I don't know. I can't really count that out because I haven't really tested my hair yet. I got my first wig March 2017. And again, even then, I was not going into this being like, oh, I'm going to go natural. Like I said, I'm gonna wear this wig because this seems like the best solution for my whole entire life that I've been searching for. And I was so satisfied with the wig, got another wig, and then I got faux locks. I'm gonna tell you about my hair care team later on, but I was really lucky because in the time in which, like, I just looked up and pretty much 6 months to a year had passed. I'm like, oh shit, I ain't had no relaxer. So I might as well go all the way and see what this is like. Shout out to my best friend Janelle for teaching me how to detangle my hair, because that was a struggle. I know what y'all mean. My arms was just so damn tired. And so yeah, I went from a wig to a wig, and again I had pretty much the same 2 wigs. I got another wig because I tossed one of the other ones, but so I went from a wig to a wig, wore a wig again, then I finally got faux locks by the Faux Lock God, and loved my faux locks. Wore those pretty much for about 6 months, wig, and like here we are, made 2 years in March. And something that I left out was when I was in grad school. I've been out of grad school for about 2 years now, but when I sat behind this girl in class one day, one of the only other few black girls that went to that school, and her hair was so pretty. It was straight and silky and all this other stuff. And I asked her, I'm like, are you natural? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, you know, have you always been natural? She was like, no, I had a relaxer. I was like, so did you go through a big chop? She was like, no, I just really, she was like, I wore braids for 2 years straight and I just got my ends clipped. And so that gave me the idea that like, oh, if I want to go natural, I don't have to do like this big drastic cut. Like I can just gradually cut my hair off and grow it out. And so that's what really gave me like the oomph to be like, okay, you might be able to do this if you keep this wig game going. And that's what pretty much happened. And now I feel like I'm finally at a place where my hair is at a length that I'm comfortable with to show it, because I will say the two, oh, and in between, because let me point this out, hair care is very important. Like your natural hair underneath all, like the only reason I think I was so successful is because I really had a group of women who understood how important it was to take care of your natural hair. Again, my stylist that I'm getting ready to go see now, she's always been about natural hair and keeping your hair in tip-top shape. Every time in between the weave, I was going to her, she was washing it, she was giving me a hot oil treatment, she was clipping my ends. Same thing with the wig. Once a month, when I take my foundation braids out, I'm going to the shop, I'm getting a wash, nice trim. So I'm making sure that I'm maintaining what's going on underneath and just not letting it do whatever the fuck ever and then just expecting results. The girl who does my wigs, me and her, we didn't had it, but I respect her because she's very she's so good at what she does. Like, I'm all about quality, and I understand that, like, sometimes in black businesses, like, they doing it all on their own, so shit don't always mesh the way we want it to. I will always give my money to quality, though, even though I've had frustrations with all three of these women. And that's just, I think that just comes with us being black women. Like, we all so passionate, and we want to do the best that we can and try to meet each other in the middle. So I always try to make sure that, you know, even when we have words or whatever, I try to have some type of, you know, understanding of what's going on. And I know that sometimes I drive them through my vainness. Like, again, I'm somebody that takes my hair very seriously, and that can come off as, you know, being vain or whatever you want to call it. But it's something that I just, it's important to me, and these women, they understand that it's important to me, so they always try to meet me in the middle and compromise with me, you know, even with misunderstandings and miscommunications. But the girl does my wigs. Her name is India. I'm gonna make sure that I have her name, her Instagram go across the screen. Diva Wigs by Sheree. She made me my first 2 units, extremely reasonable prices. Like, that's the reason why I went to her. I'm like, she doing wigs for K. Michelle and, you know, other celebs, and these are affordable wigs. She not charging, you know, $500 for the hair and then another $500 to make the wig. She not doing no crazy shit like that. And it's quality, like, it's a quality unit. It's quality units. And then again, she was somebody who was making sure I was taking care of my hair. Hey, I seen you coming out of Faux You getting ready to go back into your wig. What you doing up underneath there? And we would have those conversations. And I'm like, girl, I got this. Like, I'm making sure I'm on top of it. But the fact that she was even concerned that she's seeing me transition into all of these styles and not letting my hair really breathe, I knew that she cared about not just her business and the money it makes, but how women are taking care of their hair. Same thing with the girl who does my faux locks at Velvet Bananas, my homegirl Rachel. Again, lock God, and she was even making sure that every time I was getting my stuff reinstalled, you know, okay, what are you doing? Are you keeping your perimeter oil? Like, are you making sure that you're really taking care of your hair? And I thank these women because they got me through this 2-year period that I thought would never happen, that I thought was going to be so entirely tough. And they kept me looking motherfucking good doing it. So I'm excited to see what's underneath here. I'm excited to start embracing my crown because I know that I don't do it enough. But I think I'm finally ready to. And I know that, like, yes, even though I'm going to get my hair fried, dyed, and laid to the side, I'm going to work to get to a place where I'm comfortable with my kinky, curly coils, you know? And it's going to be a process. It's going to be a journey. This is not going to be a natural hair care channel. I might show y'all something there every now and again, but, like, I don't even have pictures of, like, what my hair looked like transitioning because I was so, like, not wanting to see it. Like, when I start to see the natural curl, I was into that, but I didn't take pictures of, like, length and, like, cuts and stuff because it would have overwhelmed me. So I don't have any of that, but I will show you guys kind of what my hair has looked like throughout the last 6 years, because I think I forgot to mention in between everything, I got a bob. Like, I'm going to show you the pictures from the last 6 years so that you kind of get an understanding of, like, the lengths and the textures in which my hair went through. I ain't going to go back all the way to high school, but just within the last few years and right before I transitioned, so you can kind of see what I was working with. So here we go. I'm going to let y'all see that, and then I'm going to head in, look, because I go to a nice black ass shop. We on 79th. Okay, we on the 9. Right on Calumet before King Drive. So I'm in an old school shop, so get ready because it's not gonna be no extra cute shit. This is old school, okay? So enjoy these little pictures and go get this shit washed.
look.
Look at Brittany having my Annette, these young girls, they want to charge us all this money and not wash our hair.
Girl, that is crazy.
$200. Don't want to get you a good old clean washing.
Like you getting right now?
Yes. Your whole life changed in this bowl as a black girl.
It's the best.
And these young ones don't know nothing about it. Don't want to give you a good man. This is why y'all young chicks won't be doing my hair if I can't get my hair washed like this. I want all this money and don't do no work. And it's like the second round of washing.
Edges. Bitches got edges. Bitches got edges. Edges and shit. This is like a lot to take in. And I'm not really mad at my shrinkage either. Like, I'm really not. Like, it'd be different if it was like, I'd be mad at it. But I'm not. I'm not mad at my shrinkage at all. Like, I could be okay because I've had my hair this length before. Like, so I can do this. Okay. Ooh. Get into her. Get into her. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Chaka Khan was there. They had a whole gospel area. Chaka Khan was there? Even the food they had at the music fest, I had this shrimp and crab stuff. It was delicious. Girl, this girl I know, she said she found some little hole in the wall that had the best shrimp, stuffed shrimp with some type of seafood. And then, for my mother. I'm a man, let me get me.
Look, I had to think about what you were talking about what's going on. Oh.
All right, take care.
Pam, how long you been doing my hair?
You said what?
How long you been doing my hair?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It might have been 6.
Really?
Ooh, that's scary.
That's like 20 years.
That's old. But I've been doing oh my God, that's a long time. Oh Lord.
I know she was a little girl.
Yeah. Because she was the only little girl up in here for a while.
Giving her a little twisty in the front. That was
Who was scary?
I'm saying it's scary to
Oh,
know.
to think, yeah,
Say that.
time has
I've been
really.
standing in the same spot 20 years later.
Well, not the exact same spot, but
I mean, I left and came back, but it's still the same spot.
yeah.
Wow. Time goes by so fast. I was thinking about Miss Kim Powers. Well, so whose side you on? What you saying?
I'm saying that I see why Tasha would take Ghost back because he Ghost and they started this thing together and they just gonna finish it together. Well, because they baby dad and Tasha and he been with Angela
house with a whole
right. Go on and let him and Angela go on and live out their dream. Go on and let them do
I
it.
don't know. They could have found somebody else other than Angela. She was
But
so.
remember, they from New York. New York is very diverse. You know,
I
Mexican,
know.
Black, they all so
I
you
don't
can see how it
mind.
happened.
I don't know. She just looks so doggone homely to me. He's so
She ain't homely in
fine.
that bedroom. She ain't homely in that bedroom,
He
baby.
really like her.
She homely because that's her job. She gotta look to dress that part for the
She homely in that bed. That little booty. She is so
Girl, whatever. What you want Ghost to have?
somebody like me. First of all, Baby,
Email 50
that.
Cent, see if you can get a little part in there.
Somebody like me, I do them right.
I like Tommy too. I want Tommy to have
Oh, I like
I just hate that Tommy's such a hothead. Like he always so impulsive where
we
he
need
like
him,
not
though.
thinking.
We need
He
him.
don't be thinking nothing through. He don't think nothing
He'll be
through.
ghosts. So we don't
Right.
need two ghosts. We
Right.
need somebody to be impulsive.
Right.
We need that balance. He scares me though.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah,
But I would love Tommy to be my
Tommy
best
scares me.
friend. I'd be like, mess with me if you want to.
Oh, well, Tommy's coming after you.
Right.
He gonna get you.
Tommy scares me.
I love Tommy and his mama with their weird self. Because they are
Well,
weird.
his mama's still getting high, ain't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. He is too.
Didn't he kill a girl? He
Yeah.
killed
Fall
her,
in
didn't
the river.
he? Dog, he was high, wasn't he?
Yes,
He always has.
he always has a kite.
You gotta be how to keep killing all them people and stuff like that. But not necessarily because the ghost kills too now.
But Tommy gonna get that little dude Dre. He gonna get Dre.
Yeah, Dre need to get got.
Yeah, he do.
He gonna get him. I'm waiting on that.
I want to see what the deal is with Lorenz Tate though.
Oh yeah, cause
something
he been
is sitting
shiesty.
down.
Yeah, it's something up.
Yeah, and I don't like him either.
I don't like him either. He came in trying
just knew
to.
he
We
was
was doing good then. Lorenz came in throwing, yeah.
But I thought he was gonna be on the up and up, but he ain't.
He got some quirkiness in him. I don't know what he got over goals or what he think he knows.
I think they gonna have Ghost Son just take over the game.
Oh, he need a whooping. He need a whooping.
He do. I be like, sit down. So, but when it's in you, it's in you.
You know what?
You can't help it. When it's in you, it's in you.
He just
He want to be hard so bad.
Well,
He being hard. He about that life.
that's all he sees.
Yeah.
that 50 Cent turned him out.
Is enough chlorine bleach?
That's all he sees.
Splatters on my color.
So that's all he knows.
I'm done making the same
He's so
mistake.
cute to me.
He is.
The OxyClean White Revive Laundry Whitener Plus
Did y'all see Little?
40% better per laundry.
No, I haven't
Little
seen.
at
I
9:30?
haven't seen.
Little.
No, and I'm mad because I wanted to the last time we went, and it was started at 10. It was started too late.
With Regina Hall and Issa Rae and the little girl from Black. The
Oh,
producer.
I know you seen the commercial.
You had to. We only get a.
Well, she was like the mean boss, and then a little girl put some type of curse on her, and she became a little girl with Issa Rae.
It was good. It was funny.
It was.
She's good. She's good.
that was a good. You saw it already, and it was good. It was worth going to see.
Yeah, I mean, you have to put the little girl being producer.
Yeah, I thought about
I
that.
mean, if I wouldn't, I would have been okay, but because it was her first little girl. Right.
You know what? It's the reason why I don't turn y'all around to the middle. And here it is. You got a whole.
Because this is for the channel. This is going in my YouTube video.
I hate that.
This is the millennials, baby. They
I
gotta
know.
see it all.
I would normally not be doing this if this was not a very monumental moment in my hair care journey.
Why? Why is that?
Because I've been going natural. I haven't worn my hair out in 2 years. So this is like my first time having all of my hair and with no relaxer.
So I gotta be on YouTube.
Yep, you are. It's too late.
I'm old school.
Yes, there she go. Now hopefully the rain lets me live.
It is supposed to rain.
Girl, you better not get my hair wet.
Oh, West. I went to Jewel to get an umbrella before I came here, just because I checked the weather and it was like potential rain. Stiff what? Stiff where? Okay. She gonna be cute for a couple days, and then faux locks coming soon. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm really like, I'm so just glad to be back in my hair. This probably won't last that much longer. But I'm glad y'all got to go through this with me. I got to document it. Y'all got to see the magic. Everything coming to form. Okay. Now I have to rush to Ashley's brunch that I may or may not make. So, yeah, I'm going to try to get another shot for you guys in the back. But you get it. Get into it.